guy running with Latin. The guy run, my friend, but they're gonna catch him. You see that, my friend? They're gonna go get him. They're gonna go get him, my friend. Look.
What's up, fam? It's your boy Demuir here, purveyor of all sounds underground. Thank you for joining me on this YouTube Tuesday, where today we'll be talking about the lessons I've learned in having my own record label, which is Purveyor Underground. But before we jump right into things, what I need you to do is hit the subscribe button, like the video if you like it, and comment, engage in conversation, or ask questions. I generally do respond and try to get back within a timely fashion, and otherwise somebody else might answer your question, but either way it's good for all of us. So let's jump right into things. The lessons I've learned in having my own record label. Purveyor Underground is actually my third label. My first label was, I believe, PETA Music. It was an all vinyl label back in the 90s to early 2000s, and then I moved to Makita Sky, which was my first digital label. And now with Purveyor Underground being my third label, I finally feel like I've gotten into the right groove of things. So here are the three key things that I believe are recipes for success in managing or having your own record label. So first and foremost, be prepared to say no 80% of the time. So that means no to demos 80% of the time in which you receive them. It's the old 80-20 rule, that 20% makes 80% of the best results, and the remainder is just being pure effort and management on your own. I can't say how this lesson has been invaluable to me. What I used to do is previously is just be the nice guy and try and help friends out and sign records that I wasn't really too sure about, but I thought they had potential, so I thought a remix on top of the original would help push the record far. The other thing was I used to like obscure stuff, and I was just sort of thinking for myself. And then I didn't even factor in the fact that a lot of the material I'd be receiving, because of technology making it so easy for people to make music, would not necessarily be up to par. So be prepared to say 80% of the time that you're turning down demos because they just don't align for the sound you're looking for, which gets me to point number 2. Only sign records that you absolutely are certain of that you would actually play out. And I go by feeling on this one. I've signed some songs to the label that don't necessarily meet the typical raw aesthetic we look for. It's more of a deeper vibe sometimes, but the feeling it gave me said with surety that yes, I would play this out. And basically your label is a reflection of you and the values that you're putting forward. So by doing that, I've achieved much more success and greater revenue, coupled with the confidence in point number 1 of saying no 80% of the time. This now leads me to my last point. The third point being, have some values. Values have meaning. So when it comes to Purveyor Underground, we are very keen and focused on putting the music and artist first in everything we do, or music and artist first, I should go that way. But it's really been core and central to everything that we do, and what I found is that people connect to that message and find themselves wanting to be on the label because the music is a reflection of those core values. And also just, walking the walk. When you make promises and you say, yeah, we're going to provide artist royalty statements, we do indeed follow up with that. And in some cases, when a record doesn't do well, we still follow up and say, here's why it didn't do well. Because most of the industry is doing the exact opposite, and I wanted a label where artists would feel not only that their music was respected, but as individuals, they were very respected. And there you have it. Thanks for joining us on this YouTube Tuesday. And if you like this video, please stay engaged and hit subscribe and the notifications bell to make sure you are notified of new videos that we have coming, and watch some of my older videos over here.